I'm not gonna marry a bum, but I wouldn't expect them to give me all their money. That person might be miserable underneath all the money, might not be worth it. I know for me personally, if I were to get married, I would want to have my own and be able to support me and my lifestyle, and I would want them to have their own money and to be able to buy whatever they want to buy. Because again, we're all in college, we're all broke, so I'm not gonna expect you to like spend a ton of money on me when we're both broke in college. But I also see why women, want to go that route, and hey, if you want to get that bag, chase it. Hey guys, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video. So this video topic came from a Instagram video that was circling around, and it brought up an interesting topic. I'm actually going to play the video for you guys right now.
So why did you guys get a divorce?
Because I really wanted something different. It's very unfortunate because he was the most loving, kind person. I had all the love and support that I could have ever wanted. But I think I went through a period wanting money. Like I wanted to be with someone and be at a different level. And I saw him work all of the time. It's one thing to like work from like 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night, day in, day out, and still have no resources. And for me to work, do the same, and just want a different life.
So, long story short, you wanted a different life and lifestyle than he was able to provide. And so you said, you know what, this, I'm out of here. I need more money.
I was selfish and took advantage of a real unfortunate situation, which was he loved me and David unconditionally, completely unconditionally. And when you love someone like that, you really accept their flaws and you accept less than what you should. So really, I should have been a better wife. Every time we saw each other, like you knew that was your soulmate, right?
Wow, I mean, so he was your soulmate.
It's hard because I knew how he still felt about me.
He just loved you.
He really did.
And you broke his heart. Oh, don't cry too.
So as you guys can see from that video, basically the question came up of, whether or not you should marry for money, or whether or not it's okay to marry somebody for money, or whether or not you want that as a requirement for who you choose to be in a relationship with. And so I posed the question on my Instagram, and I got quite a few responses from you guys about how you guys felt about this topic. For me, right, honestly, I can say that I don't look at people's financial status when it comes to who I decide to be in a relationship with. And don't get me wrong, like I get both sides, and I get wanting someone that can provide. Like I do see like why people would make that a requirement, because like you want that stability, and it is nice to have someone that can take care of things for you, or give you really nice things. I think for me, I solely look at that as just a plus or a benefit. I don't look at that as like a requirement, because honestly for me, like part of why, at least for right now, like I know that as you get older, people say that you tend to value money more when it comes to being in a relationship. I've heard people say that, like people who have been divorced and things like that, I've heard people say that like, going into their next marriage, they want to marry more so for money and not just solely for love. And so I have heard that a lot. And in me knowing, or at least hearing, that finances is usually one of the main causes of divorce, I can see how money is like a really important thing in a relationship. And reading your guys' responses, it did definitely give me different perspectives on the topic. And so I'm going to put up the responses on screen, but I'm not going to show any usernames. I'm just going to show the responses. One of the questions was, would you marry somebody for money? And someone said, no, to me, marrying someone for their money is marrying for the wrong reasons. Yes, everyone wants a good life and the luxurious things that come with it, but it's wrong to marry somebody for money. And this is more so how I feel. I do think marrying someone solely for money, it doesn't always work out. Again, like, yes, you do have that stability. Yes, you can be taken care of, and it does take away that weight of having to, worry about bills or, like that stress. But there's also so many other things that are, to me, more important than money and even financial stability. But again, that's coming from me being a 22-year-old college student. I know a lot of people that are, much older have a different, not even much older, but people who are in different spaces in their lives, they tend to have a different view on things. And then I did get one message that I will pull up. Like I said, I'm not going to show any names or anything like that. But I did get one message that said, not for money, but I would never marry someone who couldn't support a family. So having a solid income is a requirement. I'm almost 28 with a baby and another on the way. So there's no way I can stay at home and be a mom and have a broke husband. And that I completely understand too. If you have like a family, you have kids, you definitely want to find someone that can support that, because again, that's like a big thing. And when you marry somebody, you do want them to add and enhance to your life in some way. And so, bringing on someone else that you have to potentially take care of, along with, a child that you might already have, that is a lot. And so in a scenario like that, I can definitely see why having that financial stability in your partner is really, really important. And so the next response I got was, money makes the world go round, which it does. Money controls the world. Money controls the world. Money controls the U.S. Money controls a lot of things. And so, and unfortunately, with the times that we're in, everything is so expensive, and, we're having to figure out how to, care for ourselves, that the idea of, again, trying to take care of somebody else, even though you might love them and you see potential in them, not everybody wants to, deal with that or risk having to take on that extra financial burden just for the sake of being in a relationship. So again, completely understand. Someone else said, no, I'm not going to marry a bum, but I wouldn't expect them to give me all their money. I'll have my own, and I would hope he has his own too. And that I do agree with. I think it is important that both parties have their own money in their own bank accounts. Again, this is, everyone has their own different opinions about that. I know for me personally, if I were to get married, I would want to have my own and be able to support me and my lifestyle, and I want them to have their own money and to be able to buy whatever they want to buy. And then of course, like, you have like the combined finances that go towards like bills or car payments or anything like that. But I do think it is important that both people have their own money. And again, this is just my own opinion, I don't think that women should be completely without and not be able to provide for themselves and then expect a man to come and do all that for them. Again, if that's what you want to do, then cool, that's your right. But for me personally, just my own personal opinion, I think that everybody should be able to financially take care of themselves. And then if you have a guy that comes along and says, look, don't worry about the finances, don't worry about the bills, I got it, you just use your money to splurge and do whatever you want with it, then that's cool too. Let's see. Someone else said definitely would. See another yes. Okay, so someone else said, nah, honestly, you should already have your own money before you try to be with someone else. And again, I agree with that. But also, just because someone has their own money doesn't mean that they also don't want to be taken care of by someone else. So just because someone does want to marry for money doesn't necessarily mean that they don't have their own. But no, I do agree with this, that again, you should have something. And I know for me too, like, again, like just the way that I work, I have more of like a independent mindset when it comes to these sort of things. Like I never really look for other people to take care of me. And so for me, I just, because I don't have that, even though again, it would be nice, it'd be great, but I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for someone to take care of me completely, because I can take care of myself. And so that's not really necessarily a requirement that I have going into a relationship. And also, again, like for me, like in my 22-year-old college mindset, when you're talking to dudes in college and you're dating guys in college, I really don't think you should expect them to be able to provide, you know, like I don't think that you should expect for them to have like all of this money to spend on you, because they probably barely have money to spend on themselves. Because again, we're all in college, we're all broke, so I'm not gonna expect you to like spend a ton of money on me when we're both broke in college. And so again, that's just the way I look at it. But hey, but I also see why women, want to go that route. And hey, if you want to get that bag, chase it. Um, and so yeah, so another person said, nah, that person might be miserable. Underneath all the money, might not be worth it. And that's another thing too, is like I honestly feel like the more money you have, the potential there is for you to be more miserable. Like it literally, like more money, more problems. Like just because you're living this, lavish, rich lifestyle doesn't mean that everything is all rainbows and unicorns. And again, if you are marrying for money and you don't have a lot of love for that person, I can imagine that being a miserable experience. Like, yeah, sure, you get to, get all the bags and the cars and all of that. But to me, actually having that love and that connection with, your partner, to me, that's more valuable than anything. And to me, that's what makes life, and that what makes life enjoyable and amazing. And so to me, it's like to sacrifice that for, again, being taken care of financially, or wanting to live in a big house or have the fanciest car, to me just isn't worth it. But people have different priorities, and there are some people who are willing to risk that. And I don't know if you guys know about the whole situation. If you guys watch The Real Housewives of Potomac, you guys just seen that Ashley and Michael just got a divorce. And, a lot of people have been on the internet saying that, Ashley clearly married Michael for money. And, with him doing some of the things that he did in their relationship, she lived up to the requirements of their prenup or whatever. And now she is divorcing him and presumably getting a big check out of it. And, people are like, oh, she did what she had to do. Like, this was her plan from the get-go. Obviously, we don't know Ashley personally to know that, but that is what it appears to be from the outside looking in. And again, like if that's something that you want to do, go for it. But I don't know, for me, I just couldn't do that. I could not be in a relationship with someone that I wasn't really into like that, or not attracted to like that, or I don't love like that, just because they have a bunch of money. Like money does not entice me. Like I love money. I love money. I love being able to shop. I love being able to indulge in things. But for me, money alone doesn't attract me to you. But money can be very attractive to other people. And so again, it just depends on you and what you want. But yeah, that's about it. On that topic, I saw it blowing up on my Instagram when I posted it to my story, when I asked that question. So I was like, let me turn it into a video and talk about it. Because yeah, like nowadays, like especially with how expensive life is, people are really starting to consider like, okay, and not even necessarily marrying for money, but just adding financial stability as a requirement for who you be with. Because again, like, you can be with somebody and have, they have everything, right? But if they aren't able to provide for themselves or you, it can cause a lot of stress that many people don't feel like is, worth it. And like I said, money is a top reason why people call it off. So it is a very important thing for people. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Please, please leave a comment down below, because I really like talking to you guys. I like hearing your guys' like, you know, thoughts and opinions on these topics. You know, that's why I, you know, do the type of content that I do, so I can interact with you guys. So if you have any thoughts about marrying people for money or whatever, or even if you have suggestions for topics that I should cover, let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.